do a quick recap from what we did yesterday. Information. We had an edit, just a quick recap. Yesterday we had an edit, and then we had Delphi is a bit slow. We had patterns and we had a T label. Okay, let me put my T label here. Okay, and then we had a T label. So what we did yesterday, I am not going to just for you guys to remember what we were doing yesterday. Okay, what we did yesterday, the edit was our input, the code process our information, and the label was used as an output component. Okay, that things. Just a quick reminder where I want to remove the text from there. Where is the caption? The caption. Okay. And then, okay, it's fine. Like the thing even here. This is information that we're going to get from there, the text, and remove the text. So now our edit is clean. Just a quick reminder. So yesterday we said, if we want to print out, we're going to say label one dot caption. Why is this? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put it where label one dot equals to edit one dot text and then we close. After that, we are going there to edit one to put our text. I forgot to close this antivirus. It is disturbing me. I have to close it right now. Okay, I'm waiting for the program to run. Okay, there it comes. Let's say hello. And then we run, boom, there is our hello. So that is what we were doing yesterday. And then we also learned about the different types of patterns. We opened the looking at bit patterns and all of those things. And then we did 3 kinds of patterns. So today's lesson is a bit different. I want us to start doing calculations. But before we can start doing calculations, I want us concept variables. Variables. Let me share a new screen. I'll just quickly go to where is Microsoft Word. Let me just quickly go to Microsoft Word. So where is my presentation? So here we have, I'm not sure if you are sure, if you know, you have a string, and then we have an integer. Let me increase the text so that everyone can be able to see. A few concepts before we can go any further. Yeah, I think 18 is fine, or should I put 20? It looks small still. Okay, let me just make it bold. We have something known as a string. Integer. We have a real. We have a Boolean. All right, I want to explain this. This string is text. Just plain text. Whether it is a character, okay, we have a character. I almost forget. Character. Okay, so a string is a text, and then a character is any alphabet or letters. And then we've got an integer. An integer, it's any number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just a whole number. Let me just say whole number. Whole number. That is an integer. And then we have got a real. A real is a decimal number. Let me see. Decimal number. And then we have a Boolean. A Boolean, it's when you have an answer whether it is yes or no. I'll just say it's an option. When you have yes or no. All right, a string is text. Any word like this word here that I've written here is a string. And then a character, it's an alphabet. When you have an alphabet, only maybe A, B, C, D, E, that is a character. And then we have got an integer. An integer is a whole number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is an integer. And then we've got a real. A real is a decimal number. There's a decimal number like 1.2 or 10.5 or 8.6. That is a real decimal number, or maybe 66557 or any decimal number. And then we've got a Boolean. A Boolean is an option, yes or no. I just want to leave it simple like that. So today what we are going to be doing, we are going to do simple calculations. There are two things that we are going to, okay, there are conversions that are going to happen there. Before I can go to Delphi, we are going to have a string to float. And then we are going to have, maybe let me say string. I will come back and explain this into details when we deal with the program. To int. And then we are going to have then back again a float. Sorry, how did I write my float? Float to string. And then again, we're going to have int to string. All right. So when we have string to float, str, this one means string, stand for string. And there's two, it means we are converting now from a string to a float. A float, any real number that you have calculated with, we turn it into a float. A float is also a decimal number. So when we say it's from string to float, we are converting text to numbers. String to int is when we are dealing with only integers. So we are going to be converting text strings to integers. And then we have now maybe when we are using an edit, the edit that we were using yesterday on the previous lesson as an input. An edit only accepts text. Everything that you write in an edit is taken as text. That's why we have to convert this text into numbers so that we can be able to calculate. And then, so here, after converting here, we need to print out our results. The results cannot be printed out as numbers. Those numbers should be taken as text. So right now, from the numbers that we had, the integers and the floats that we had, we take it back to be a string. From integer here, we take it back to a string. And then another thing I want to talk about is variables. 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 So in order for us to perform a calculation, we need to have variables. The variables are just like in mathematics, even in IT. Putting maybe an alphabet or a word that stands for a particular number. Having an alphabet or a word that is in place of a particular number. So let's go into Delphi. I will explain this a lot more when we get there. Let me go to share the Delphi screen. Oh, is Delphi share? Okay. Okay, let me remove this button. I don't need it. Oh, I need it. Okay, I want us to do just a simple calculation for area. Simple calculation for area. We know that area is length times breadth. Okay. So here, let's say, let's rename our pattern to calculate. Properties, where is the name of the pattern? Here is the name of the pattern. Name, I'm sorry, not name, calculate. Calculate. Okay. Our pattern, we have named it now to calculate. And then because we are calculating AM, we are going to need two of these edits. Two of them. Get another one. Let me look for another edit. I'll put it here. And then let me remove the text that is inside. Where is text? Here is the text. Let me remove this text. Okay, done. Let me just make my program to be a bit smarter. Okay. All right. Remember, these edits are inputs, so we need an output. All right. Yesterday for the output, I was using a label, this label. But today, I want to use something different so that we can get used to these things, to all the components that are here. Okay, here I want this rich edit text one. Okay, I will leave it big like this. I will put it here. And then let me remove the text that is there. Let me go to lines. You go to remove this text, you go to lines, and then string here, and then I will just delete this text. And then I press OK. So right now, our rich edit text is clear. Let's name our components then. Remember yesterday I was using something that will make me not to forget. So what name should we give this? This rich edit text. Where is the name? Remember, our name is very important because we use it every time. Let me say output. Say output, and then okay. Okay, the name has been changed there. Let's change our edit one. Want you to get used to changing the names. Let's say it's our bread. How do we write bread? Is this the correct spelling? This is our bread. And then here, this is our length. Where is the name? Here it is. This is our length. Length, yes. Okay. Remember the formula for area is length Okay, let me check the component. Okay, what's the purpose of the name? To show which component do what. Okay, let me answer the first question. The purpose of the name. We are always, when we code here, we are always going to, everything that we are going to call in the code, because this one we are going to call it in the code, and also this one we are going to call it in the code, and this one we are going to call it in the code. So the purpose of the name is that when you code there, you must write the name of each and every component as it is. Otherwise, if you don't write the name of the component, you are not going to your code will have an error, because you will be saying something that is not recognized in this program. Okay, Heart Rain is asking to show which components do what. I don't really understand the answer, the question. Please, can you try to elaborate on this question? Okay, and then so right now I will try to answer this question. What's the purpose of the name? Here comes, so now we're going to start with the program. So we're going to go to our pattern. Remember, the process is done in the pattern. So right now I'm going to go to the pattern and make us calculate our area. This is our breadth and this is our length. So right now this pattern is for process and our output will be on the rich edit text. It wasn't a question there. Just trying to answer. Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you for helping. Okay, I understand. All right, let me continue. Okay, right now I'm going to open here in the calculate button. Did I calculate something here? Oh, okay, let me just remove it. So the first thing we're going to do, I have talked about variables. I have talked about variables. Let me remove this and put it here. I have talked about variables. So to declare a variable in Delphi, we declare it as var. There I put it there. Okay. So to declare a variable, we declare it as var. So we said we are going to calculate the area, we are going to have a breadth, and a length, and then we calculate our area. So what we're going to do now, so we're going to say all these numbers are real. Let's say the numbers are real because when you calculate area, you might have a decimal number. So I would really like to use a real. So R length. Okay, I will just write length for length. You can write anything you want here. It's not like you just have to write length or what. If I want to write length, I can write length. It's just that something that you are going to use inside here when you do the code. So our length is equals to real. So this one will be a real number. And then I come here, we are going to have a breadth. So I can say R, not I. Okay, let me say R. To put the R, I'm making it because I want. Okay, is that the proper formula for this calculation? Yes, it is the proper formula. You are going to see it at the end. So we're going to say R breadth and then say is equals to real. And then we're going to have R area is equals to real as well. If I want, I would have just declare them once. But then I'm doing this because I want us to get used to it. Expected, but okay, so now this is a area. Okay, let me ignore this. I will come back to it later. Okay. All right, let me come here. So inside this begin and end is where we are going to put our formula inside the begin and the end. So why is it giving an error here? Okay, let me, oh, it's not an error. I forgot to close here. It was just a simple error. So you see, guys, please make sure that everything that you did is closed. Even here, I forgot to close. Everything that you, every code that you start, you must make sure that you close it. All right. So now I'm going to start with the calculation. Here were just variables. I was telling them that we are going to have a length, a breadth, and an area. So here, all of them, they are real. Remember, I was declaring data types there. We had a real, a string, an integer, and a character, and a Boolean. So here, because when we calculate area, we might use a decimal number or a whole number, it doesn't matter. So that's why I'm using a real to be on the safe side. All right, right now I'm going to start with the calculation. So our length, let me say R. I will tell you later what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put this line here and say R. Why is it not writing here now? Oh, okay, it's writing. R length. You see, I'm calling my variable now. This variable, this is the length. R length is equal to I would say, okay, right now, let me put this. Right now, I am converting because we said here, this edit only accept text. So whatever I'm going to put here, whether it is a number or it is what, this edit take it as text. So right now, the process that I'm going to do will convert it into numbers so that we can be able to calculate here. So let's say string, you remember when I talk about this, string to float, then open bracket, which item are we converting now? We are converting this item, I forgot the name, this one for length. So we wrote the name as length. Even if I can copy the name here to avoid, take its name, exactly its name, and put it here in the code so that I can write it if I want to, but I'm just avoiding making mistakes. And then close bracket and then close. Okay, that one is converted. And then right now I'm going to convert this one where we are going to put our bread. Here is bread. Let me just copy it right now to avoid coming back. Copy it so that I avoid making mistakes. So I will say R bread is equal to string to float, string to float, and then bracket, okay, let me not leave space, bracket, then let me paste the name of that component. So I'm sure your question is fully answered now about the use of the component, and then I'm closing here. Okay, so right now I am going to start my calculation. So we said R area. We're using our variables, remember. R area, I declared it here as R area because it is, I'm saying R area because it is a real number, is equals to, I'm putting the formula as it is, R length is equals to length multiplied by R breadth. Okay, I have put my formula, I'm putting it as it is. Okay. I'm glad that you do understand. Okay, so now I'm going to print it out. So you see we have made our calculation and we have converted this and put our calculation here. The next step now is that we must print here on this rich edit text. And our rich edit text here, we named it as output. We're using the name again. So I'm going to come here. Right now, we are printing out our result. Output dot lines. This is the method we're going to use here when you are printing with a rich edit text. Dot lines. I know you might be asking yourself, where does it get the lines now? The dot lines now. It's just a formula that you have to use when you are printing with a rich edit text. Dot add, and then now it gives us a bracket. So here inside the bracket is where I have to put my information. So let me say, let's just play with it and just say, okay, when I put these two quotation marks between them, I'll just write some text. Hello, your area is, and then I'll just go out of here. Inside these marks, we only put name. Yes, putting the dot lines, dot add when printing, it is necessary. You must do it every time. It is very necessary. And then I will say plus. So now you remember at the beginning, we converted this into, from text, we said here these two only accept text. And then because we want to do a calculation, here we converted into numbers, into float numbers. Right now we want to print, and everything that we should print should be on text. So right now we are going back to numbers. So we are going to say float to string. So right now we're doing it vice versa. First time we're turning it from string to float. But because now we're printing, we're taking it from float back to string. Okay. And then after that, we have to indicate which component are we, which thing are we printing here. So what we are printing now is the area. Let me say R area. Okay, that is the thing that we're printing now. So after that, I can close my bracket. You remember, I opened the bracket there. So I will close this bracket, close the bracket, and then let me run it. Okay, something is wrong. Is there anything wrong? No. Okay, let's see. If we have errors, it says we have errors, three errors. What is it? Oh, okay. I forgot to say here dot text. Remember, we are working with text. Even this one, I have to say dot text because that component is going to accept text. Let's run it again. No errors now. My antivirus is causing trouble, but let's be a bit patient. It will show the results now. Okay. Be patient, my antivirus is too active. Okay, let's be a bit patient. It will open just now. Okay, it's still running. Okay, let's calculate here 3 and put 3 here and see our formula. Hello, your area is 9. See our program run. Oh, okay, let me answer this question. There is a question, I'm sorry, but why dot text? Okay, we are saying length. Remember, length was the name of this component, of this one, of this one. This is the name of this component. And we said this component only accepts text. So when it accepts text, that's why here we put the dot text. After converting the text to the numbers, so we are saying that this is the name of the component that it must convert. And that component is only accepting text. That's why the dot text. Okay, guys, right now I will open for questions. Was everything clear? It's not really, yes, the program is not going to run without it. If you did not put it, the program is not going to run. Can I have some more questions, guys? Let me just switch off my antivirus here because it is giving me tough time. For 1 hour, disabled for 1 hour. Okay. Any question, guys? You can ask anything you want to ask. Just waiting for you to ask me questions. Or just waiting you to ask more questions. Okay, let me do a quick recap. I will go back to the so if the 2 small spaces for text, then what with a big space? Oh, you mean this one, this big space, the rich edit? No, it doesn't matter. I can just, it's when I take it there, I can make it smaller if I want to. You just tap it there. I can make it smaller. It's not a must. You see, when you take it from here it's not necessarily something. I can make it smaller, take it and put it here. You see, when I take it from there and putting it here, let me delete this one because it will disturb us. You can make it smaller, it doesn't matter what is here. Okay, let me do a quick recap of our lesson today, guys. So on the next lesson, we are going to be doing more and more calculations. Let me come back here on this one to share. Okay. Today we're dealing with a string to float, and we were dealing with strings and real numbers. Okay. So remember, we said we have a string, which is text, and then we had a character, which are alphabets, and then we have integers, which are whole numbers, and then we've got real, of which are decimal numbers, and then we've got booleans. Booleans means yes or no. So after having variables, okay, we are going to declare variables. You say, this is the mod. Okay, I forgot to explain this. Let me explain it right now. You see here, variables are important here. So if here, maybe we can say area is equals to length times breadth, and then we just put straight the numbers here, we are going to get an area. Let me just say, do an example. Let's say multiply by 2 and then run it, you will see. Okay, let's wait for it to run. Say multiply by 2, let's say 2, and then calculate. So it gives us 8. So what is happening here is that if we were putting only numbers here, okay, I will come to that question. If we were only putting numbers here, so the reason for us to program something is that we are making like it's like a template. We can put any, so if you have a program like this, you can calculate anything anytime you want. So if we were putting numbers like this, it was going to be a problem because every time you need to calculate area, you will come back here and put a number. So it is smart to use variables because you do it once, so you can calculate any time you want to calculate. So let me come to this question. Is there another name for Boolean? Boolean, I would say it's an option when you have an, yeah, I would say the synonym of it is an option, because Boolean means you have two things, true or false, yes or no. When you have an option, do I go? I don't go. So you have two options, you need to decide between them. That is Boolean. Let me just say it's an option. Maybe it will make it clear to you. Okay, guys, that was it for today. Do we still have any questions? Any questions? But did you understand? Okay, keep reading then, keep studying. I will come back with another lesson. Thanks. I'm glad if that you are happy. I am also happy if you are happy. So next lesson, I will try to explain and go deep and deep and deep into Delphi. We are going to take it step by step until we get there. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.